there's a whole world of information that we often forget about, and includes private information about ourselves. So are you famous? How much information is available about you on the World Wide Web? Have you ever searched yourself up on the internet? If so, were you scared what you found? Anything about yourself that you were unexpected to see for the public to read? Being involved in groups such as clubs, sports, or even volunteering makes you vulnerable to all of this. It's a little bit scary. As I did this, I admit I was a little bit scared about how much information was available. It can make you feel, it can be a little invasive, make you feel very vulnerable, and if someone really wants to find out the smallest things about you, they can always find ways. Well, who's actually doing this? Well, they're not actually doing it on purpose, but our friends are putting things out there about us. We put things out there about ourselves. The government has all of our information, and being involved in anything nowadays sets ourselves up for having information about ourselves out on the internet. We have to be careful. These are the search engines that I usually use, and usually the most popular. And I used one of these with my own name. When you put in a name, a lot of times they will pop up with links to go to other places to then look up the names again in other, I guess, sites, you can say. A lot of times also they will give you articles about a person, if they participated in any big events, schools they attended, or any prestigious awards they've been given in the past. If you click under images in the engine, sometimes you might find a picture. I think I found maybe 2 pictures of myself out of hundreds, which is funny to see the pictures that do show up of yourself if you've tried to do this before. Some of the links that come up are called mock sites, and I will touch on that a little bit later. And they do not own your information, and I will tell you what doesn't own your information soon. The government owns your information, which is also a little bit scary what they do with your information. But try doing it if you would like sometime. It's a little interesting what you'll find. So here we go about the government. These are the 2 main ways to access public information. And how the government goes about doing it, one way is, I guess you could call ethical. The other way isn't so much. And you can see that on the left-hand side of your computer. They sell it to a site, and then the site then tries to sell it to you. On the right side, you see after selling it to the other sites what you can actually find. And I don't know why some people would want that information about you, but it's scary, and that's only a little bit of the things that they can find out, and that's some pretty personal deep things, and that's only a little bit, like I said, and that's after paying. You have to find that stuff. They do tell you up front you can find that stuff, but to find it you do have to pay. Some of it you don't have to pay for, but the more invasive things you do have to pay for. Now, there are more reputable companies and that will do background checks, and background checks do need to be done for certain things for your career, if you are a caretaker for an adult or a child, medical reasons, living arrangements, for school such as ours, and Castle Branch is the one that Del Tech goes through. And if something comes up through the background check that is not true, one thing which is great is you can dispute what comes up and talk to somebody live or through email, and they will try to take care of it. It takes a while, but they will take care of it. And there's other websites that may come up with information that is not true. You can't really do anything. You can't do much about it. You kind of just have to sit there and say that's not true about me, and other people believe it. Now this reputable one, they will take care of it, though it does cost a lot of money to get this background check done. Now, these mock sites, what I mean are, if you see on the very right-hand side of the table, they tease you with a little bit of information, like misspellings of names, or they'll give you half of a name, and you know, or half of an address, or one state a person might have lived in, or a school. And then they want some more information. They'll say they'll give you more information if you give them a little bit more information. And basically what it comes down to is money in the long run. And if you give them money, they say they'll give you all information. And a lot of times, the information just isn't even true. Or it's information that you already know. And how often do you visit these places? Or you don't want to admit to visiting these places. And I find nothing wrong with going to these places, but you have to be careful. You are exposing yourself. You're putting your own information out there for people. And obviously people go to these places to find information about other people. And it's a way that, you know, we find out facts that we would never otherwise would be able to find out about, you know, certain things going on in the world, or about famous people, or other people we might haven't been able to catch up with in a while. This next slide, I actually did do a survey of 100 people, and it's just a small sample size, but you get the idea. You can see at the bottom it was Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube. And all of these people actually do go visit these places. I did not ask them how often, but they all are subscribers and they do go to them. And some that I know more personally than others visit them a lot more and put a lot of information on there about their daily routines. And I personally don't understand why, but that's them and that's their lives. And, you know, they're putting that out there for everybody to know. And just like we are trying to hide stuff about ourselves, other people try to put everything out there about themselves. I found this quote very funny and just fitting. We learned throughout the semester that we need to be careful when we're searching the internet and for research or just looking for fun, because people might be watching our moves if we don't have great security on our laptops or our you know, in our browsers or desktops, whatever you use to surf the web. And in this next slide, I have a video that you can watch. I'm not going to play it for you, but I hope it doesn't start to play. You can watch it. It's just about some safety when you're surfing the net, and how that sites can follow what internet sites you go to, and then, you know, they start sending you information. I don't want to play. Okay, so you can't control what's already been placed out there on the internet by the government. Like I said, they know everything about us, where we've lived in the past, where we've gone to school. But we can control what we put out there about ourselves, and it can affect our future. And I bet you are out there. I know I was out there, and it's a bit scary how much information people can find, and how far back it actually goes. But remember, not everything is very accurate. So thank you, and I hope this was informative.